Hello everyone and welcome to my channel and this video. I have all of my planners of the last many years of my life here, and I've discovered something about planning recently that I wanted to share with you, to share with the planner community. I'm very much into knowing the reasons behind what people do. Why do you choose those inserts? Why do you even spend time on looking into this? I want to know why. Why is this working for you, or why is it not working? I'm not hugely into decorating. I like to be very minimalistic because I feel like that helps me focus on what's actually on the page. Yeah, I want to focus on the data that's on the page that is going to help me. That's why I plan. It's for a practical reason. Always has been. Yeah, so don't expect a lot of stickers or anything. But what you can expect is a lot of talk about reasons and experiments, and yeah, just getting a bit to know me. And also at the end I'm going to conclude in this huge thing that I realized this year, that it's so obvious now, but it's not spoken of a lot. Yeah, so I really look forward to this. I'm gonna try and make it as short as I can, because I know I talk a lot when there's no one else here. Usually I'm very quiet. But yeah, I as you can see, there's a lot of journals here. I did not bring all of these to flip through them. I'm not going to do that today. I prepared it sort of by tabbing, but it's just gonna, while I was tabbing, I was just thinking it would take way much time, and that's not really what I want to focus on. I want to focus on, yeah, getting to the point and not just making, well, this is basically bullet journals, but I don't want to make this into a bullet journal flip through video of my, I haven't even counted them. Yeah, thank you for being here and clicking on the video. It means a lot to me. If you have any feedback, thoughts, questions, anything, feel free to leave a comment. Also just in the video while you're watching. Yeah, I have one other journal. That's the journal that I'm currently in. And I have my papers here, so I should probably get that out. Good. So I got into planning really early. I don't remember when I started, but it must have been in school. And I was using one of those spiral binders that you get really cheap in a normal bookstore or something. I live in Denmark, in Scandinavia, in Europe. We don't have a lot of options here compared to the US or, yeah, other great places. So that's what I started with. And I've always been planning to get my head sorted, to future plan, to plan projects and such. I've never been a planner for the sake of keeping it, for memory keeping. Never, up until this date. So I haven't kept them. That's not why I was using them. And then at some point I got into ring binders. This is a ring binder from Louis Vuitton. And I think I've had a couple of Filofaxes before. I still have one in A5 that I don't have here with me in my house because it's where I work. But yeah, I got it slowly into that. And then in 2016, I miswrote here, I discovered the bullet journal system. Not through writer Carol, who invented it, and I wish I had, but through Instagram. I don't remember exactly which person, but yeah, I started getting into this. The idea of putting pens, okay, let me rephrase. putting pen to paper has always been very calming and soothing to me. I can feel my brain loading off. And it's so important for my well-being and mental like space to put pen to paper. If you can hear that, my baby monitor just went off. I'm hoping he'll sleep through the entire video. I have one child. So in 2016, in December, I got my first Lloyd's charm. I invested. From the beginning, this is really scratched up. I wanted white because white was like pure and stuff, and now it's all dirty. I got this. I like got the whole concept of you don't have to wait till the new year, start now. I was really drawn to having everything gathered in one book, like to-do list, calendar, brain dumps, journaling, everything in one book, because I've my entire youth I've been commuting a lot and my bag would get really heavy. So having everything that I wanted with me, but having it all in one book was very convenient. Yeah, so I started. And I don't remember where I'm just gonna flip here just for you to have something to look at. I don't know how much I'll talk exactly about it, but this is like my starting point. It was heavily inspired by Pinterest, well, not Pinterest, Instagram pictures, I think. I don't like it. I didn't really like all the colors and stuff. I didn't like that back then either. Sorry, had to clip. But I was just like trying stuff out to figure out what I wanted. This was my first weekly spread. This is influenced by Boho Berry. So we're like in December 2016. I'm working like full-time volunteer work basically. Being signed into a university but not really studying anymore. I was trying to plan out how to plan. This is a packing list. And I just like this, when I flipped through this to prepare this video, I found it hard to like figure out what months I was actually in this journal, because everything looks off to me, like it's not, like it's a mock-up, or like it's just notes. And that's part of what I loved about, or still love about the system, is that you can do anything. Like I can make a packing list on the next blank page. I can make like notes about how I want to set the bullet journal up for 2017, which was the following year. I can bring up collection ideas, like bring up color coding and stuff. And I then decided for January, which was less than a month later than I bought this book, to invest in a new book. And you will see that be a very common problem of mine. I like to have a clean slate and to do it right from the beginning. And that's been one of the big hindrances for me with bullet journaling. Yeah, so I invested in a new book, which starts in January 2017. And I was planning out in this bullet journal, like how to set it up. I was like doing like mock-up, drafting out monthly pages, practicing hand lettering, trying out weekly layouts. I did not go for this, I went for this, so you'll see that in the next journal. So I'd like, the rest of this journal is basically mock-ups and like brain dumps and stuff. So I used this like because it had like the first years I only used Leuchtturm. They are A5 sizes. And so it was really practical having the exact same dots and, you know, for making mock-ups. Yeah, so I spent a lot of time doing that, and I will flip through some of this to let you see it. But yeah, I'll get into the next one. What really worked for me with the bullet journal system is like having the freedom to do anything at any time. I really enjoy that, and I need that. I still need that. What I did not like, and the reason why there are so many books here, you see, I didn't even feel like that's an ongoing theme here. What was I saying? One of the reasons that there are so many books here is because, like I said before, I wanted the clean slate. I wanted to do everything like the right way from the beginning of the book. And because I was getting influenced from so many spaces and trying out so many different things, what I wanted changed a lot. So like every 3 months, 6 months, even 1 month, I would want a different setup in the beginning with different lists and stuff. And that tempted me to buy a new journal and start over. And I did that multiple times, as you can see, because none of these are actually filled to the last page. So that's why after doing bullet journaling, time tracker, after doing bullet journaling for some time, I don't know exactly when because I don't keep inserts from my ring planner, but after some time I went back to rings because I was able to move things around and I didn't need as much, I thought. Alright, well, I don't know. I probably needed it, but didn't want to do it. This is like a Dutch door kind of thing. So I was tracking here and having the calendar here. Expenses, I was practicing my hand lettering. Never really succeeded with that, not the cursive. I was using this for work notes, weekly overview. I really still like this. This is like cut out. I was doing this on a different paper and then I probably failed on this and covered it up. This is like a one-time thing. Sorry. I did not normally do this, and I don't think I have done it since I was journaling about why do I keep a bullet journal, because I probably was a bit frustrated with how things was not going the way I wanted it. You can see this layout I actually have here. So this is like a mock-up in my first journal that I then copied to make it look cleaner. And this is much more me than the beginning of the other book over here. So I'm slowly getting into what I want, what I like, and I like simple. I like to color coordinate because it's practical and it helps me easily see like when am I working, what are like important dates or like holidays. This is Easter, so there's a lot of pink. So I like colors for practical reasons and maybe a few colors for just decoration, but not a lot. One thing that I've been struggling with a lot is sleep. I was sleeping way too much and I did not know why. So you'll see that if you flip through these regularly, that or like consistently flip through them, that sleep is something that I would track every month. So like I was experimenting a lot. And this, like, doing the bullet journal system, or like I thought I did not, like, Writer's book was not out at this point. I did not follow him or anything. I just got influenced from so many different spaces. What I want to say is I wish I had the bullet journal guide method thing, the book, from the beginning, because it's so good. I love the system. It's really a system of making space in your head and not a planning system. And I love that part. But doing this anyway, not having the method, really helped me getting to know myself as a planner, what I wanted, what I liked, what helped, what did not help, what I would use consistently. Blank space. This is like typical me having plans to do stuff and not doing it. Yeah, I was experimenting a lot. And it really, this is a mock-up. So like, this is how long I was in this journal. This is filled out a bit, but like then I was doing a mock-up for the next journal because I wanted to start fresh. You see it's a lot more structured. I like structure when it fits my head. If it's structure on the paper and it doesn't make sense to me, it's obviously not helpful. So that's part of why I love the bullet journal system. I was able to make spreads that made sense to me and adjust it all the time, depending on what I wanted. I then decided in December 2017 to start journaling. I've never been a huge journaler, but I was experiencing how journaling would help also just on my mental state. So I have like three pages. I got into it. Behind here, you might be able to see that are journal pages, but that's it. The rest of the notebook is blank. I then bought a blue one. I like blue. I like systems. This is a system to me. It's like a pattern, so I had fun doing it. But I'm not into colors. It was fun to do. Yearly overview. I tried a different future planning system because the Calendex did not work for me as I thought it would. This was not useful to me either. And then I remember this spread really well, where I was in my life when I made it. And I was consistently using it through the months, as you can see. So this was a success, and it started well. And I was in a space, like I did 2 lines a day here, which I also almost consistently followed up on. I was in a space in my life at this point where I was taking more care of myself, and it showed through. I know I wanted to show this pace because I was really bad at reviewing stuff. Always have been. Like I feel like I don't want to spend the time, but as I was flipping through this, I noticed how when I do reviews, I actually use my bullet journal more. Yeah, so you can like see how my style evolves here, and like how I find out that I like more black and white. I like clean lines, not a lot of color. Sleep block again, consistently through like all of the months. Weekly review. This is like where I start to do weekly reviews, and it really helps. I was doing this spread inspired by Boho Berry again. I wasn't like huge into her thing, but this for some reason really worked for me. I don't know why, because I don't like the look of it, but something must have worked because I was in here a lot. This I remember really well. Yeah, so like at this point I had a bigger understanding of what I wanted, what was working for me. This is something I experimented with. It's like an inbox for a month, and this was like things that was related to me, and this was like everything else. It's fun to look back at, because this is, I'm gonna have a baby, I'm gonna be a mother. I was not like, this is way many years ago, and now I have a child, so that's funny. But this worked for me. I like this tracker. I was using the color to suit, like, reflect the mood that I was in that day, to check off the boxes. So like the code was there. Key, sorry. Weekly review, dailies. So like this goes on, this is a weekly review. This goes on for some time, and I was using it consistently, and it worked. And it's just black pen, paper, occasionally a highlighter to highlight headers, but this like worked for all of September. Cleaning spread. You'll see that I mix Danish and English because that's just how my head works. Weekly review again. So like this is all 1 month, all of this. But I was doing weekly reviews, and I think that was a huge part of why it worked for me. Then we go into October, and I tried to do the same thing. Sleep log again. This worked again. Finances tracker worked again. This was a weekly spread that I did not love. And then the weekly review. And then weekly, daily, weekly review. Work, schedule. This was like time tracked weekly review. And it worked okay, but it was not great. Yeah, so like I'm way more into a style now that suits me more. And like the system is working for me. Then I bought a new journal because I thought I would try a different size. I don't even know what this is called. Sorry. It's bigger than A5. So I was like planning out spreads. And this notebook is almost filled. At this point I was watching a lot of Sunshine and Stationery, I think she's called, Caitlin. I wanted info about why people did as they did, why did it work. Yeah, and she was giving that, like, it was really logical what she was doing. And she had like multiple bullet journals for different things. So she would maybe have a finance one, like I have here. I planned out what I wanted. I wanted to start a YouTube channel, never did. I started an Instagram at some point. So I like was planning out an excuse to buy more journals and like divide up between the journals. It did not end up working for me because one of the reasons that I loved the system was to have everything in one place. And I was losing that, so it did not go really well, and it never really worked. I was in this journal for 2 months. I was planning out. I was mostly staying at home, I think, at this point, so that's why it was okay that it was bigger. I liked having more space. But I didn't use it. I don't know why. It might have been due to like just the time of my life. I didn't need this. I had a more simple life, I think, but I don't know. Yeah, so like it's all empty. Then in 2018, 2 months before I got married in April, I started a new bullet journal. I love this blue color. Messed up on the key, so I taped in a new key. And I went back to try the Calendex, and it worked better for me this time, but still not great. Did never fill out this. I had some finance stuff in there. Never started YouTube. Sorry. Made an Instagram tracker. and I'm still at 200, and this is years ago, because I stopped being active. So yeah, this is like way more clean looking, and I like it, except for this. I hate this. I don't like this color. I don't like pink. That's why I wasted all these tabs on this project, because I don't like pink. I wanted to track stuff, because I like to see data to analyze it, and also I like it because it holds me accountable for what I do. That's the two reasons why I track. I was trying to be intentional sleep tracker again, intentional about self-care leading up to my wedding, because it was stressful, even though we had a very simple wedding, my husband and I. So I basically used this a bit of February, and then this is still February. I was like taking notes, and then I have the week, or like the days leading up to the wedding. This is the wedding day. So then, because I was married now, I thought I needed a new journal. These are notes from writer's book that I want to keep somewhere else. So then in May 2018, so I got married in April, and in May 2018 I started this one. And this is like probably the bullet journal I've had that worked the best for me. I would love to go properly through this, but this is like really, if I was not a mother and I had more time, this would still be working for me. This is so much me. I like this a lot. This is a wish list, but it's basically about your life and not things, which I loved. And then I had like a fold out here, which was things, small things, but like physical things, like an iPhone cover or stuff. But like, yeah, I wanted to be more intentional about setting goals and pursuing them, because I've been really bad at that before. This is notes from writer's book. I love these pages. So yeah, this was really working for me, and I used it up until I was almost full term with my baby boy, and then I knew I needed to find some other system, because I would not have the time to do this. And I was right, I did not have the time to do this. And so I set up this one to use when I had a baby. I was like doing all the inserts myself, not designing them, I was buying them, but printing and cutting and stuff. I was punching them with a one hole puncher, all of them. I have a different setup in here now, because this was like 1.5 years ago I'm talking about now. But yeah, I got into rings, and then I noticed how the rings was not like a huge part of my life like the bullet journal had been, and I missed planning and like having structure in my day. And I think that is probably mostly due to having a child and everything is unpredictable, or so it feels. But yeah, I wasn't putting pen to paper as much. I didn't track, like everything was just one big blur. So after some time I concluded that planning in rings did not work, but I didn't have the time to bullet journal like I used to. Yeah. So what I discovered recently is that I found planner peace. I don't like the term because of what I'm going to say now, but people would say that I found planner peace in this book. But changes in my life messed it up. My needs changed. And I think that is a huge lesson for me, that I'm happy I have it now. When my life changes, my needs for a planner is going to change. And so, like, what worked for me before might not be working for me now. And that's okay, and it can even be predicted. So as my son got a bit older and was not a newborn anymore, I started planning again. And I was not planning to show this, but I might as well, it's part of the story. I bought a new notebook. This is a moleskin. It was the first time I was trying moleskin. I like it better. It is not as wide as the Leuchtturm. And I went like strictly back to the bullet journal method, almost. I just had a pen and this book. And I had great plans, and I was using it, and it was working for me, and it was helping me plan my day, and like was taking notes on food and nutrition, because that's always been difficult for me. Not weight-wise, but like getting the things that my body need. I'm not gonna flip through this because I haven't looked through it. I bought this. It felt great using it, but I was not able to use it as I had been. And it was like I needed something else. And now I'm kind of using both. I actually stopped using this and then went back only to this. And then since found out that I need both. If I ask myself, this is like the big revelation. If I ask myself today, what do I need a planner for? I needed to keep track of things in my head. Having a kid around, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I work on the side, for example, when he's sleeping, or even when he's awake. I need a system to keep track of things so I don't need to have it in my head and I can reference it. I need space to jot things down when they come up in my head, because I'm not going to remember in 2 minutes. I need space to draft out projects, because drafting it out with pen and paper is the only way I can get things out of my head and actually see them clearly. And asking these questions and answering them and actually looking at what I need has been so helpful. And I want to take it seriously and act on it. I'm in the process of setting this up as a like a reference book. Like, I'm not gonna plan in this anymore. I'm just gonna keep lists and references and notes and for the different areas of my life. And then I'm gonna have like a bound book like this. Right now I'm using this one and I don't mind using it at all. I don't care about it being started way before this. I keep post-it notes. I love post-its. It's for like when I want to jot something down but I don't know where it goes. I did it on a post-it note. I don't mind using this for now, but I want to plan in a bound book. And I'm thinking of the Hobonichi to share a bit. Sorry, that was my foot. I'm on the floor. And I'm like 5-6 months pregnant, so it's a bit uncomfortable at this point. But yeah, reference, planning, and I might even need multiple of these, because right now I have everything in one. I have my private life, I have my work life, I have a cafe that I run with my husband. We have a cafe that we run, my husband and I. So I'm trying to manage my responsibilities in that area. Then we have a youth ministry, which we are also trying to manage. So that's an area. Then I have my son home full time. I have a house to take care of. We're working on our marriage too, because you should always do that when you're married. And then I want to be part of the planner community in a more active way and have YouTube and be active on Instagram again. And so like all of these things are in this book right now, and it's working, but it's not optimal. And I would like to like divide things up a bit, like have goal planning separately from like a dentist appointment, because I don't need to look at the dentist appointment when I'm trying to do my goals, like trying to plan my goals. So that's like what I'm working on now, how to set up that system. And it's a really interesting process and I love it and I have fun. Yeah, I was basically asking myself, what do I need? Like, what do I need planning for? I see so many people on Facebook groups, in bullet journal groups, saying, well, I don't use my bullet journal. What can I do to use it? Like, how can I help myself use it? And the answer for you not using it is because it's not helping you. If it's not necessary for you to open it to figure out your life, you're not going to open it if you don't feel like some spark to, I don't know, use it. So like, what do I actually need planning for? I don't need a physical bullet journal to keep track of my appointments, because I have like 5 appointments a month and I can keep them all in my phone. But I do need physical pen and paper to like map out my goals and like try and figure out, like have a running list of all the bills that we need to pay in the cafe and all these things, because I can't have it in my head. I don't like having it on my phone because I don't feel like it gives me like, what's the English word? I don't know, like I don't feel like I know it well enough when it's on my phone. I need to see it on paper. And after that, I was asking myself, what is practical? I don't like planning in rings because the rings are in the way. And I like, this is the smallest planner I've ever been in, like the personal size paper. It's smaller than the A5, like that. I don't like planning in that. Okay, so what is then practical? That is a bound book, but it's not practical for me to have everything in a bound book, and I like to be able to take info that belongs together and put it together, and that's why I want a reference binder like this, so I can like put everything that I need to reference that is about my son in one space and about the cafe in another space. And then after that, I was asking myself, what do I like? That's like, what paper do I like? Do I want it more yellow? Do I want it crisp bright? The cover, you know, all these things. And then what motivates me? If it motivates you to use stickers, use stickers. If it motivates me to have 20 different highlighters, I'll have 20 different highlighters. If it is practical for me to use Post-its because I get to write things down as I think of them, I do that, even though I sometimes think this is a waste of paper. So yeah, I would encourage you to go into, why are you doing as you're doing? Is it working for you? What would work for you? Yeah, I love those projects in the head, like figuring things out. I love to do that. So yeah, I hope you got something from this. I'm gonna take a sip of tea. I've been talking for 40 minutes. That's crazy to me. I hope you got something from this. At least I did. I wanted this off my chest. And I'm really appreciative if you stayed for the entire 40 minutes, and surprised. And please say hi in the comments. I would love to talk to you, because that means that you're kind of into, why are we doing as we're doing as planners too, I guess. So I'd love to say hi. Yeah. If you're interested in like a proper flip through of like all of these journals, I also tried having journals for like specific things. This is bought for my wedding. This is bought for YouTube. This is bought for art. None of them are really used. If you want to see anything, just let me know. I think I'll do some type of flip through with these bullet journals, just because I would like to share my experience and stuff. And I'm a huge fan of the method. But yeah, share your thoughts, please. I like to get to know you and your thoughts, and they're interesting to me. Yeah, I guess I see you soon. Bye.